Hello, welcome back, or welcome to my channel. This is Jaylee Tarot, and today we're going to be getting into a message that I already started on my Instagram and TikTok. If you are coming from there, then hello. Um, I will put a little timestamp on the screen right now for where you can skip to if you already got the initial message. If not, let me catch you up. So I think right now you could be in a phase where you're sort of leveling up, so to speak, where you know, you've been in this page energy for a while now, kind of just discovering what it is that you want to do, what makes you passionate, dabbling in things, trying new things out. And now this Knight of Wands energy is coming out where you're ready to like take concrete actions. But, however, you've kind of been in this state of not really being authoritative of your own life, sort of allowing things to just happen as they will and not taking initiative to execute the plans that you know will move you forward rather than, or rather, you're just like seeing what it is you could be doing and being like, maybe, and I think it is a huge reason that you are not taking the initiative is because you're still perceiving yourself as this page, but you're not this page anymore. We also had the Eight of Wands come out. So this period in your life could feel a little bit chaotic. It could feel like there is a lot of things happening right now for you, which is good if you perceive it that way. But if you perceive it in the way that a lot of things are happening to you, it's time to shift your perspective and move with that energy, that chaos, rather than resist it. And then the last initial message we got on my shortened version of this message was flock together, which is all about using the resources around you, your support system, leaning into connection. This could be a very important thing for you to excel and find strength. Sorry, I need to take care of my cat. Give me a moment. Okay, we're so back. Anyways, like I was saying, flocking together, leaning into connection, and finding people who think like you. I think that could be extremely helpful right now, especially with you trying to shift your perspective and seeing yourself more as this like action taker, someone who has initiative and wants to move forward in life with authority. Um, I think using connection and understanding that the people you surround yourself with is going to be a reflection of yourself is really going to elevate how you move through this next period in your life. So that means if that means, not spending as much time with people who are a little unsure of themselves, or not spending as much time with people who don't have the same ambition levels as you, that could be a very strong message for you right now and could help you excel. Like if you have friends who want to instead lift you up and go do, higher vibrational activities with you rather than like, partying. Instead, they want to go like do yoga at the park or something like that. I think of that example because one of my besties and I do that. So, anyways, now we're going to clarify this message. So let's get into the next part of this. Let's clarify the Emperor in reverse. Yeah, okay, so the Emperor in reverse is being clarified by this Page of Pentacles, which makes a lot of sense to me. It's like you have this strong desire to start this new thing for yourself, start this new path, and follow your own calling, is what's coming to my mind. But you've been a little bit stuck. You've been a little bit resistant. And I even think like the word stubborn is coming to my head with the Emperor in reverse, where you've kind of just been like, well, I mean, it's not happening in this way, so it's probably not meant to happen. But you still have this burning desire to do more. You still have this burning desire to follow your own pursuit. Um, so don't deny the part of you that really wants to make this work, whatever it is for you. Let's clarify the Eight of Wands. What could be happening at this time? I gotta flip this. What? Okay, interesting. I want one more card with that. Clarifying the Eight of Wands, the Four of Pentacles came out with the Queen of Swords. Whoa. Yeah, I think what's very interesting about this period in your life is even though it's been a little bit chaos, or things have just been, maybe it's not even chaos, it's just that things are happening very quickly, it seems. Life is moving faster than you know, expected for this time frame. Uh, this Four of Pentacles coming out with this Queen of Swords, it's almost like, again, that resistance has translated into you not saying and doing the things that you know would open you up to more abundance. The Four of Pentacles is holding on to it could really mean like material, your wealth, too tightly because you're afraid that it's gonna leave you, you know? But you have to be a little bit more willing to bring in exactly what it is that you want. And like I said, moving with the Eight of Wands. This message, I recently saw this Instagram video. It was really cool talking about how wands are all about chi. And chi is essentially like, well, don't take me as your source, look it up. But this is just like a little um spark notes, I guess. But chi is essentially like the flow of things and energy. And so with the Eight of Wands, all the wands being in the air like this, it's very fast moving energy. It's very, um, you know, like it could be that things are happening all around you. And there is this message of you need to be willing to be less resistant to it. You have to be willing to know what it is within yourself. Know what truths come to your head and trust those truths and open up to a new version of yourself that speaks to your truth. Okay, let's clarify the Knight of Wands here. And the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands came out kind of together, so I'm going to clarify the Page of Wands as well. I almost want one more card. One more card. Is that in reverse? Or it is in reverse. Okay, so we have clarifying the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands. We have three cards clarifying. We have the Five of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hierophant. I think recently you could have had some sort of disappointment in the way things are moving forward. I think with the Knight of Pentacles coming out in reverse and the Five of Cups coming out, it's almost like you've been feeling disheartened by, you know, essentially just like how you've been moving through this. Like perhaps you've had a little bit of a stall, or it could just be that you haven't really seen much results from what you've been doing. But the Hierophant coming out is sort of like that indication of, have you been creating enough structure to make it work for you. You're disappointed by something that you haven't even given enough of a foundation to yet. So how is that even fair? And I don't want you to take this message as like you're doing it wrong or like you need to start over or anything like that. You've gotten to this point for a reason. It has been to, teach you what you need to know in order to have the tools to move forward now. Knight of Pentacles in reverse is a very stubborn energy. It's slow moving, it's resistant to change, and it's funny because the other two cards we got are two fives, and if you know anything about numerology, fives are all about change. So it's almost like it's time to change the way you've been doing things and add a little bit more structure if you need to. Hierophant can often be about schooling, it could be about, um, reaching out to someone who knows more about the topic than you do. So if you need to, go find resources. YouTube is a freaking, its own university. YouTube University, you've heard it here many times. You can go educate yourself on almost anything and figure out the correct, or rather, the more seamless way to make what it is that you're passionate about work for you. Okay, I am loving this for you guys. I kind of want to get one more message. Just what can you do to make this process more seamless for yourself? Okay, we have two cards coming out, the Six of Wands and the Two of Swords, both in reverse. So with these cards coming out, the Six of Wands in reverse gives me the energy of, if you've had a little bit too much of your ego in play with this, like if you have been resistant to doing the things that you want to do because you're worried about what others will think, or you're feeling doubtful of yourself, this is that reminder that you need to drop those barriers down right now, not care about how it's going to look like, not care about what other people are going to think, because people are going to have their opinions no matter what you do. Even if you were the most perfect person at whatever it is you're pursuing, people are going to have their opinions, and there's going to be people that don't like you. So might as well just go and do the dang thing that you want to do. I don't know if I'm allowed to say damn. And Two of Swords is, stop sitting on that indecision. Don't let these barriers of what others think get in your way of, truly doing what it is that you want to do and seeing yourself clearly doing it. The Two of Swords coming out in reverse is kind of like, drop that bandana that's on your eyes right now and understand that you can make a choice, and whatever it is, it's not going to be the wrong choice. It's just going to be a choice, and it will at least be moving you forward in some sort of way. Okay? I'm going to get one more oracle card for you guys, and this is from my Prairie Majesty Oracle deck. I love this deck so much. It's so cute. Yeah, what last message? Of course. Oh, I laugh because this was actually the card that I had out on my little mantle, but put away because I was like, I don't know, someone might need to hear this. But the message is, am I honoring my knowing with the word trust? And it's the white-tailed deer. Oh, man, I've been getting this message a lot recently, but are you trusting yourself? Are you trusting that your intuition knows the way? When you think of something, when you have some sort of snap feeling or something feel, or some sort of word comes to you, are you trusting that? Because that is your intuition. Or do you start to second guess it the moment it comes up? An example I can think of is like, in this instance, if you knew that you wanted to do something that day that had to do with your passionate pursuit, and you were like, oh, I want to do that. But I mean, what will other people think? And how am I even going to do it correctly? You know, like that is not your intuition. That's you second guessing your intuition. I'm going to read the page for the white-tailed deer and how you can trust yourself. Give me just a little moment. I think it's over here. Yep. All right. When white-tailed deer shows up, seek out a quiet spot for solitary introspection. If you can be outdoors in sunshine, all the better. With each breath, invite a sense of well-being to flood your body. Sink into your heart space for a check-in. What does your intuition say about today's circumstances? A graceful, beautiful herbivore deer is equipped with extraordinary sight, hearing, and smell. When she senses danger, she trusts herself and acts on it, exiting the situation through running, leaping, or swimming. She also raises her tail, exposing the white underside to warn her herd. Even for bucks with their impressive antlers, fighting predators is generally a last resort. When no threats are detected, deer exudes peace and contentment. As you explore what feels right to do next, invite deer energy to serve as a focal point. She's gazing at you with a loving expression, reminding you to claim and cultivate that space within where you know you're always safe. You have access to a deeper spiritual knowledge beyond the flight or fight response. Consider if any of the following approaches support your insights. Is there a way to diffuse the situation instead of escalating confrontation? Would walking away restore or promote your own peace? Alternatively, is the perceived threat an illusion that you can clear internally without giving up ground? Are there others who would benefit from hearing about the communications of your personal guidance? Draw on your spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical senses. Take ownership of deciding the next step. You are worthy of trusting yourself. Ah, yes, you are worthy of trusting yourself. I know this process seems scary, but truly just taking one step at a time and doing it in a way that you know you're actually building something, you're making something concrete that works for you, and trusting that you have the capability to do it is how it's going to get done. Okay? You guys have a lovely rest of your day. I really hope this message resonated with you. If it did, please let me know in the comments. Please like, please subscribe, all the good stuff. It sends me good energy, and that good energy comes back to you threefold. That's how it works, you guys. I am going to have a website coming very soon. My good friend Jackson is actually going to be assisting me on it, so thank you, Jackson. And we will be able to start doing personal readings to you. So if that's something you're interested, let me know. Let me know. Yeah, anyways, bye guys, have a good day.